Hey there, it's Heatherine. I think you did a great job. You really broke down everything really well, put it in a level that I thought was very easy to understand and even in some aspects relate to. I really appreciated how you shared the advice that your professor had given you about asking your client if all their needs are being met on the external level, especially when it comes to financial struggles, shelter, food, even that, support network. So I really thought that was a key dynamic that you brought into it. I hadn't seen some other videos, so thank you for that. I think it's really important that from a provider perspective, we bring in what we learned, and each one of us is going to have a different take on each class, and different things due to what's in our lives is going to strike us. And I really appreciated how that was something that uh, struck you in your class. It shows a lot about where you're going with your provider perspective. So I really thought that was really great. Um, I agree with you on the aspect that when you're in a family dynamic and you are treating a person, that while it's rippling out, that each person is going to have to change their roles and what they are actually contributing to that network from that role, and bringing their attention to how important that really is. So really, you nailed that question for sure. um, I appreciated that you really became kind of vulnerable with us and shared that you are an individual. You're an individual group and you grow individually, but as a group, when you're in a group, you tend to immerse yourself and kind of go with the group, the good of the group. I can't identify with that, I'll be honest. I think everybody knows I'd probably go against the grain, but I appreciate it. And I think that it's an important skill that is part of my personal growth, is learning how to do that better. So I really think that you've done an excellent job in this discussion, really framing what we were studying and how it impacts you from a personal perspective, as well as contributing what you or how you approach it from a provider perspective. I think that this was actually probably one of my favorite discussions because it really included a lot of things that once all of us really get in the field, these are going to be the things I think that we remember. And when we're sitting in those chairs with our clients, things like what your professor told you, these are the things that are going to strike us, more so than maybe what we read in a book. Some things will probably strike us. I have some classes like adolescent guidance and the advanced adolescent guidance because they use the same book. That book was very influential in um, how I started to approach adolescent intervention, and that was probably because I have, in my experience in this field, the least amount of it with adolescents. So, like I said, we all are going to take away something different and have an individual experience because of our own individual experiences within just not just our learning environment, but also within our field work and our practicum. So, great job.